Could you break down him as a coach and what do you see as the ceiling for the Grizzlies now? Because a lot of people are already writing them off like first round, forget it.
Yep.
Granted, I get it in this regard, no knock on the coach, but that's a little bit weird to do with 9 games before the playoffs.
Right.
To now you're going to try to implement a new system. We got Ja doing this.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on outside of the team, which could factor in, all right, are we going to focus? Are we going to have anything? But specifically on the coach.
Yeah, so all right, so I'm going to get the quick breakdown of the coach. Like, people don't understand how big he is in Europe. Like, he's a big deal. Like, he's one of the best coaches in the world. So now, and so in Europe, you have the EuroLeague. That's a top European competition. Is made up of teams from all over Europe, the top teams in Europe. And then the second to that is the Euro Cup. And that's the second best teams in all over Europe. And the third is Champions League. So these are 3 leagues. So the coach, Tuomas, he won Champions League with the team, right? Won it. He played 2 years in Champions League. Second year, he won it. Coach of the year, whatever. He brought his team from Champions League, which means that they have a smaller budget because like every time you take a step up, players get more and more expensive. So he brought the team with a smaller budget to the second division. Then he won that division with a smaller budget. So he's doing more with less. And then that team, Paris Basketball, they went up to the EuroLeague. And before he can go up to the EuroLeague, they actually took him from to Memphis. So now this guy, what he was doing when he was overseas is some special things. Like he was doing a lot of, remember the Heat when they won the when they went to the championship against Denver, and they were doing all these guard screens that were hard to guard. It would be like Jimmy Butler and Duncan Robinson got going again. Remember he had that resurgence? It's because they were getting open by doing these ghost screens where the guard would set a guard screen, and then he'll slip to the 3-point line, and the defense don't know if you switch or not, and they pass it out, and it's a wide open 3. So he implemented a lot of those screens, a lot of like step up screens, and like he's doing complex things even on the offensive glass, which is going to be good for Memphis. They do this thing called tag up, which like everything this guy was doing, now all the European coaches are following, and it's like a key to success. So he's tagging up on the offensive glass. That means that whenever you're, because my coach used to do this too when I was in France last year, whenever somebody shoots and you're on offense, so you see everybody looks at the ball whenever somebody shoots, right? So what you do when the ball is shot, what you do is, as an offensive player, you immediately get behind a defensive player and just put your hand on his hip before he can start boxing you out. He's going to feel the contact and he's going to box you out. And he's thinking that he's doing his job. But that ball is probably going to go long. And so when you're tagging up, you're ready for the long balls. And then so they get like a lot more offensive rebounds. So he's smart in those small ways, the European type ways, that when it comes to Memphis Grizzlies, they actually have the perfect, and this is why they got him. It wasn't an accident why they came and got him. They have the perfect system for how he plays. You got small, fast guards like Ja. You got other guards that can shoot the 3 and that can shoot off of screens like Desmond Bane and those guys, right? And then you have the bigs, tag up, get your offensive rebounds. So I think those kind of small things play well into the playoffs. Now, let's be realistic. He's an overseas coach. Ja ain't gonna respect the overseas coach, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ja, you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have his fair share of like buying in. It depends on how much they buy in. Mm-hmm. They might say, you know what? Now that our coach is gone, we're gonna run the ship. You just be the face. They might say that. And if they say that, then if they don't buy into his stuff, then I don't know how they're gonna be. It depends on the players. When your best players are young, it's hard. You know how it is. It's hard to like gauge how they're gonna go, especially if your best player has like immaturity issues. That's right. You know what I mean? So you don't know how they're gonna take to the system. But if they buy in, I think they'll be good.
It's trending more towards these Euro coaches, and the Nets have Jordi Fernandez, who's been awesome. He's been awesome. So I think they made a great decision.
Someone say a little too awesome.
He's been too awesome. I mean, I have cool flag because of him, but he's a heck of a coach, man. But
yeah, because he completely missed the message that they was trying to get Cooper in Brooklyn, because he was coaching that good with.
Right. He got
they trade this player, they trade that player.
Yeah.
They still winning. So
yeah,
definitely.
So before you get into your next point, the last part of that, okay, you have the European coach, right? And the Nets are working because they don't have no big superstars, right? So you have the players that are willing to be coached. The last part of this like European surgeons is pairing the European coach with the big time superstar, because we don't know if they're gonna take to it. Remember David Blatt and LeBron James? Like, we don't know if they're gonna say, all right, man, we'll listen to European stuff, because a lot of American mentality is like, that's that stuff that don't work here. It can work here if you're open to it. Look at Jordan Fernandez, like you just said, but are they gonna be open to it?
Perfect coach that has the personality to manage those kind of big personalities. And we haven't found that quite yet.
Right.
It hasn't happened yet in the NBA. So that'll be interesting. You're right. That's huge. That's huge. Man, that's good stuff. Damn, I can see why he got mad followers on. That's good stuff, man. I like it.